Hello and welcome back to the Real-Ish-Tic series. Welcome back to the fields of Tyrone. As you can see, I am currently up on field 147. We had quite a bit of rain in the evening. We had a bit of a shower this morning, so progress on the field work is a little bit delayed, but things have dried out, so I am now over here cultivating in our lime. And yeah, we're looking to get this done. Then we're going to be muck spreading over here and down on what was our barley field. And then we need to start looking into planting, because we can plant wheat in March. It is now March 1. So let's jump in, let's go. So we're just working our headland now. It's been quite a pleasant morning, other than the shower earlier on. A pleasant and productive morning getting this done. I was considering saving this for you guys, but we did a little bit of cultivating at the end, and we want to try and progress on and get a little bit more done. So I thought, you know what, I'll get the meat of this cultivated, and then although we've done the slurrying, hopefully the slurry spreading won't take long, and then we can move on to getting ourselves our little seeder and cracking on with a little bit of seeding, some planting. And then once that's all sorted and set up, in the coming days, weeks, we will be able to go and get ourselves some cows and start our cattle herd. Then we'll feel like proper farmers. Proper dairy farmers with some cows. There was a new incentive policy put out at the start of this year, or at the start of this month, I'm not quite sure how it works, for not cutting grass in spring. I did consider it, because we do have a little bit, and you'd get compensated depending on the amount of grass land you've got for not cutting for the spring months. But I think because I need to sort of get some silage on the go as well, improve that hay stock, because I messed up and did a grass cut and kept it as grass. I'm not going to partake in that sort of policy initiative. If it comes around, or if it sticks, maybe in future years we'll look into that, to sort of let the grass grow wild for a few extra months, helping the surrounding nature and the ecosystem that way. But since, yeah, I mean, depends on how much the grass grows as well. We might get through quite a few of those months without cutting. We might find that we get a little something from it. I don't know. Our grass should bounce back pretty quick, so it might be that we're cutting in April anyway, and getting back on that big cycle. How's that looking at the back there then? If I sort of got that a little bit short there, haven't I? We should be better now. That should be alright up. Probably not perfect, but to say a lot of what we do isn't perfect, and it just is what it is. Yeah, that'll be alright. That'll be alright. We can still plant on it. It's just not the best seed bed, that's all. But anyway, I hope you're all well. Welcome in if you're new. Welcome back if you're a returning viewer. I do appreciate the support. And again, as always, I'm having a lot of fun and enjoying this nice, chilled, casual, slower paced series. I mean, I'm enjoying doing this, so hopefully you guys that are sticking with it are enjoying it. Obviously the numbers have dropped, but that's more than expected. I mean, they've dropped a little bit more than I expected, but drops what are expected once you get more than about 5 or 6 episodes into a series. People do tend to move on. That is the nature of the YouTube. For me, anyway. But like I said, this year is going to be about me doing what I like more than worrying about other things, so that is what I shall continue to do. We've still got the spread on the back of the tractor to save myself some time back and forth, back and forth. I thought I'd leave them here and then set them up to follow back again. That made sense to me. Ooh. Oh no. And it is as well, it's 1 o'clock. So it's a good job we got the spreading to do, because store's not open now. They're gone for break. Oh, they're going to be happy. Hopefully. Oh, why don't they just drive round? Like, if I was driving slowly, they'd drive around me. The vehicle's parked, so they park up behind it. Which is a little bit annoying. I don't think that's... Oh, they are. Okay. I didn't see the countdown. Sometimes I don't see the countdown, which... I'll drive round. If I drive slowly, will you drive round? Nope. You're going to mess up my tractor, aren't you? Swines. You absolute swines. Right, I think we sorted them. We sorted them. Right, yeah. FS Landscaping did say to me, just turn off the traffic. So, no, we'll deal with it. The traffic needs to learn that we are here too. Not sure if our grass looks like it's bounced back, but we'll we'll see. Hopefully the yield is good when we do cut it. I know that when we've farmed elsewhere, when we've cut our grass, our yields haven't always been great. So we're looking for an improvement here. They worry me when they're not there. I'm a worrier. One day I'll also have a look and try and remember what the keybind is to stop the worker without having to get in. And maybe even how to call the follow me worker without getting in as well. Because I'm sure there is one. But as is well documented, I have an appalling memory. And I just really struggle with it. That one down. I'm going to take the weight off as well. I don't want the box on the front if I don't need it. Stick that back in here again like we did before. Wind the post. Before I shoot off and give myself a mile to walk back, we'll manage this as well. Now, there was also a policy, and I forgot to activate it. I knew there was one, for using slurry and manure and digestate, so using natural fertilizers over artificial fertilizers. I forgot to activate that, so we're not going to get the benefit of doing that when we just did all our grass, but I believe it's still here. Schemes, natural fertilizer. A scheme to encourage the use of natural fertilizers such as manure, slurry and digestate. You'll receive a bonus for the amount of natural fertilizer you use compared to synthetic alternatives. This applies to all fertilizer you spread, whether it on your farm or on a contract. So we shall select that scheme, because we're going to try and go for that more now. The fact that we've got like 1.8 million litres still should be good for us. Winter crop cover. We might go with that, because I like a little crop cover. It depends on if we're growing at the time. That's the trouble. There is a promotion to grow green beans at the minute, and they would allow us the use of a bean harvester if we went down that route, but I don't want to do that. But I like that that's a thing. Avoid mowing during spring, that was the one. So we can't cut until July, which I think will be a bit too late for us. I don't know. Bale wrapping. We'll leave that since we've got a lot of bale wrap anyway. Natural grazing. We'll probably enact that down the line if they're still there. I like that there's policies that drop in and out. That's quite cool. I didn't know that was a thing with it. Initially I thought that the mod maker was just adding in new policies, but it's just, I think they rotate in and out. That's how I'm understanding it anyway. So we'll do our slurry spreading with our Lambo, just because it's a bit more capable. But because the seeder that we'll most likely get will be quite small, we'll probably do the seeding with a Hurley. We could mix it up, and although it's not ready for that use, and we could even, if it's only a small little seeder, we could give the Casey job, since it's not really had one yet, but it's going to be more used once we're doing cows. Once we've got the dairy set up and we're feeding and things like that. Can I turn in here? I don't think I can. I'm going to get myself stuck like a fool. Alright. Should be able to turn here now. I haven't been in and adjusted any of the spread percentages. Like I did say, I might look at the lime and do it, but we shouldn't. Excuse me. We shouldn't need to do a lot of liming. So if it does use it a lot, it is what it is. We'll see how I feel next time it comes around to having to lime. Maybe once we're liming all the meadows, once we get to a stage where we need to do that, perhaps I'll reduce the amount that's going out. Shouldn't be massive amounts that are required anyway. Oh, watch your fence. Took the post out. Not the best start to the afternoon. And again, this isn't me playing stupid, but I think once we've slurried this, and then planted, we can slurry again. Because the slurry only puts on a maximum percentage, whereas if you went with the artificial fertilizer, it would put on what's required through the precision farming application rate thing. So I think with the slurry, we'll need to go over again. But stop me if I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments. But that's my understanding of it, because we don't have a slurry sensor. Do we have a slurry sensor? No. If we had a slurry sensor, then that would be different, but we don't. And you'd need an injector then as well, I think, to have that working properly. Let's try and be efficient with it where we can. And I will, as always, just reduce that a little bit. Okay. And we'll take that line. Yay, say, I want to lose my voice. Which will come as a shock to absolutely no one. Yeah, I think if I slow down, just pop my little... Let's slow down, we might get it better. Smoother application rate. I set it at 7. At 7 miles an hour will be fine. I don't know, you guys might be screaming, stop slowing it down. Just need a couple more, maybe 8. Should we go 8? So you can see there's much thinner. If I slow down again. Oh, we've come to the end of that anyway. I'd have thought that would have come back again, but it didn't. Yeah, if we go a bit slower, we should be able to see down on the bottom left. The night should start to look a little bit better. $6 miles an hour definitely looks better. So yeah, I think we'll definitely have to go over again. Then again, it does look like it is bringing it up to its target, but that might just be, once again, it might just be the maximum percentage that it can bring it up to. Down here we've got a different sort of soil, so that's why it obviously changes here. For someone that's been playing as long as I have, I should have a better understanding. But it just doesn't all stick in there, unfortunately. I've even, on 19, I even did tutorials on precision farming and how it all worked. No, on 19, on 22, sorry. I'm going to lose my voice again. Yeah, on 22 I did a whole tutorial series on precision farming and how it all works, the slurries and with the difference between the slurry, manure, digestate. and natural, artificial fertilizers, lime. We did it all. Where's my next row? I'm saying that is... Is that a headland pass? I think that is. So my understanding here is completely gone now. What are we doing? Perhaps we should have just gone by eye. I think I'm much better when I just do it by eye. I think I am. You guys might not. We'll see. The next one we'll do by eye. And we'll see if that comes off looking better. So we'll go along the bottom here as well. Just get that done. Plus, if I do it by eye, we don't get all the beeping. I'm going to go refill since I'm at the gate. At the gate. Better. Turns out it was easier to get in and out if you got about 3-4 miles an hour rather than 20. So we've still got 1.7, just under 1.8 million litres. There's so much here. I don't know how this is going to do for us for the whole rotation of natural fertiliser and stuff. But at least it's not sitting full. There is that. Oh, still not going to let me get round as tight as I want. want to do here? I wanted to come off probably earlier, didn't I? Main white pig's here a bit. Because this would be our second headland, and just cutting it on. My slurry spreading technique is never all that tidy. This is a thing for me. But if I was going by eye and not using the GPS, you wouldn't maybe notice it so much. That's fine there. Just gonna traipse over what I've done. Yeah, we made a bit of a mess of that, but that's it's got coverage. It's all good. I'm just gonna have a little drink so I don't keep losing my my voice. Got our flask of tea with us. Gotta stay hydrated, people. And how better than with a lovely cup of Yorkshire tea? So I've been going quick again, and we're really quite faint. But again, it might just be that it is using the all the information from precision farming and lowering the required application, which is fine if it is. Should not have a problem with that. Felt like it's got a little bit dark and dusky. It's only 10 to 3. All good. All good. So we'll top up and then we'll head out to the other field. What I could do actually is set a worker to spread that, so I don't really need to fill up, but I will. I set a worker to do it, they draw from here anyway. By the invisible umbilical cord that is slowly spreading AI. So I think you set it 6 miles an hour. Ooh. Actually, stop doing that. Let's set it at 8. When the worker spreads, it'll be a controlled spread, won't it? go. They are ready. No, having a drink didn't sort it out. I'm still losing my voice. Perhaps I'm coming down with something. Changing weather and the boys back at school, so germ central. Oh no, they're still set at 8 miles an hour. I've got to set them at 8 when we get to the field. Come on, look, put me head on. That'll do you, 21. So much to remember. Dear. Put my lights on. You can see how dark it's getting when we put our lights on. Might be a case of going up to the store, picking out our seeder, and getting a nice kip and starting the seeding early in the morning. And then we'll still have 2 days, because we've only got March to plant this spring wheat. So yeah, can't be faffing about too much, but we should be able to get these two small fields sown, if with a free 4-meter sower in 2 days. One would hope. Come on, you be going quicker than that. I'm going to park in front of my gate. Oh, absolute melt. Get a tow on. We'll set them with a little overlap as well, just because I like to do that. 2 headlands should be, yeah, 2 headlands should be playing form. We'll start center, yep. Start the job. I'll jump out while they drive into the fence. Yeah, thought so. Right, I think they finally found where they're going. Well, I keep a little clip of what they were doing. They ended up in the road in that field over there, but she's finally figured it out. I've got a feeling I'm going to come back later on and there's no slurry spread and they're sitting in a tree. I think that's how that's going to go. I really do. Now, so we don't drive around half the map to get to the store. So come in, turn around, because there's a left here, there's a more direct route that'll take us back past our farm. See, there it is, vehicle shop. Oh, that's nice. Couple out having a little afternoon walk. It's like 2021 all over again. They're going out for their 30 minutes of exercise. Better stay away, mate. They're already getting their 30 minutes exercise. You might get a little background noise. Do apologise for that. When we get back as well, I'm going to remember this time to put some diesel in the tractor. Those struts get right in the way of seeing, don't they? Impatient traffic as well there. I was just checking it was safe and they're hitting their horn instantly. No respect for the worker. Absolutely no respect. I'm going to turn the engine off just because I am using up a lot of fuel. Wait and turn that off as well now. Right, let's see what they've got. I haven't pre-looked either. I've got an idea on what we'll get, but I haven't looked to see what is truly about and available for us. So we'll just check sales-wise. Nothing there that we need, is there? That's a beast, isn't it? That's from Plains and Prairies. 22 meters. I get stuff done. Oh, we want stuff like that though. Right, so we want to go to our seeders. And we're only looking for something small. Things I often buy something that's really small. It won't be like a... So I always go for a little cord. What does that want? 130. $170. 120. 6 meters. That things it folds up quite small. I don't think we need that. We'll go with the classic choice for me anyway. That'll be the Accord. But this is what we have around this area. Don't particularly like that. So don't tend to go there. And then if we look other, in the Horse, that was 165 though, because yeah, no, it will be. Go Unia. No, we'll go with the Accord DL. I like them. So we've got discs, or little hooks. I like the discs. Weeder. Yeah, we'll have that trailing behind. big can the extension go? What's the difference between this and this? Oh, auto, manual. Should have looked into that. Right. Oh, does it go bigger? For me, it doesn't fold though, so I don't want it bigger. If not, we'll get through the gate. Cover control. It's fine. Everything else is good. And that's going to cost me 10 grand. We're going to buy that. Let me just paid our worker. So let's have a little look at it. Yeah, we did pay our worker. It was like £11 or whatever that was. So yeah, I'm not too certain what the whole manual and auto was. But that seems alright. Well, we got the mat. That's what that was, the option for the cover. Manual, outside or not. I think that's something else going to add for us, is be able to do covers standing next to machinery. Rather than having to hop in and out of machines to open covers, you should be able to walk up to the machine and open it. So that's what we can do now. Put that on the back. Beast. I just want to get on and have a little look at that. That is a pretty cool little setup. I like that. I like that a lot. Shame the tractor's so dirty. If not, that would look really nice. Yeah. See, that's a bit of me. Just in general, that setup is a bit of me. Tells you a lot about me. Old and small, I'm really going to drag it out. That's me. Alright, let's get it back. I think I still might wait till morning before we start. I think that would make sense for us. We get an early night. And get out and start some wheat seeding. Just looking at everyone else's grass, because no one else rolled theirs. There's definitely a head in growth, so I don't know when we get our bounce back from rolling our grass. Maybe next one, maybe next month it'll be like fully grown. I'm ready to start our cycle again. Perhaps what I should do is get in and have a little look at it. See what it's saying. See what you're saying, lad. See what you're saying. Just driving into our fuel tank. Right, let's grab some diesel. Lovely job. We'll go undercover just in case it does rain while we're out and about. Our work will be fine doing their thing. So have a little look. See, once so it still looks quite bright, doesn't it? 4 o'clock, but So the pH in my grass is pretty bad. I was going to say, which isn't good, is it? But it's the innate commentary. The bad isn't good. Nitrogen's good, though. Perfect in places. So maybe after next cut I should... Maybe lime. This didn't grow back at all. Oh, yeah, any of it's grown. Has it? Just grow for 2? I don't think that's growing. Whatever I've done there. That's dead. We've killed that. Arse. Right. Oh, by the way, wild boars are coming. I wonder if they're going to come to every map. Wild boars. What do I want? Wild boars running around here. Right, I'm going to go have dinner. Have an early night. And we'll get out and we'll start seeding in the morning. So before we head out, I thought we'd quickly check the weather for us. And we're looking good all today. Tomorrow we've got a little bit of rain coming. April is just wet all through. The weather is awful for us. But, yeah, if we're going to be trying to cut end of April, maybe May. I'm hoping May. May we'll get some grass cut. So hopefully that'll be dry for us then. And as you can see, wheat. This is the only, for early wheat anyway. If not, we'd have to wait all the way around till September to plant, and then there'll be another year before we get the cut. We're supposed to be rotating, so we can't put the barley in, despite the barley giving us an extra month on there. So oats, I guess we could have gone with oats. It'll give us the straw we want, but we'll yeah, we'll mix it up as we go along, but we're trying to keep it as realistic as possible. Wheat, barley, possibly oat. It's rye, I think. I can't remember if rye was here. Sorghum. I could possibly grow that. But yeah, anyway, yeah. That's I don't think we've got anything else we need to really look at the minute. I think everything else is pretty good. So let's go crack on. It's nearly 8 o'clock already. Late start. I didn't want to be faffing around in all the thick fog that we don't need to be dealing with, so we had a little leisurely lie in. I think I've yeah, killed that grass. That might have to be replanted. Not sure if we'll be able to replant it without digging it up, but we can see. We can see what we can do. Now, can I open that? From here, I can. My long arm, just reach up and do that. And with the extensions, again, the whole manual auto thing, I'm not entirely certain on, but we should be able to put enough seed in there that we don't need to keep coming back and refilling. Hopefully. Right. Shame it doesn't catch. There we go, that's better. So, is that full? Yeah, that's full. I don't know what other sort of full there would be other than full, but it's, I thought with the extension it would be a little bit more. But that's fine. But we might need to refill before we head up to the other field. So I shan't detach, I'll just rest it down so the weight's not on the arm. There we go, there we go. Now we've got no GPS for this, so this will all be done by eye. So this could be horrific. I haven't got ridge markers on it. Ridge markers weren't an option, were they? Oh, put a blooming cover on. There we go. So it might be best to try and follow what's there, possibly. Right. There we are. We're in. We're in, Wilson. We're getting a different texture, so we're all good. What's our maximum working speed? Again, it feels too quick. I'm obsessed with this, aren't I? I'm obsessed with things must be slow. Even 7. There we are, 5. I just don't think you'd be doing this much quicker than 5 miles an hour. Would you even be doing it that quick? That quick? But we're finally getting some planting, which means we are progressing. We love a little progress. Yeah, I like that setup. It is good. I like it. I might have to double check whether we've got field stones on or not, because like I say, we have ploughed this, we have cultivated this, and we've got no stones. So I might have to double check that. May have to be a thing. I was just thinking, what do we... No tram lines defined. How do we do that? Well, we could do it at the end, can't we? You can sort of magic in, I think. How that's done. Same... I can activate the roller on this. I don't think anything about this. It's really rolling though, is it? Unless it's gonna class the weeder is doing it, which I don't think it is. We'll go over it and we'll roll it afterwards. I can't even remember where tramlines were in the help menu. Yeah. I don't know why I can't remember about tramlines. Well, I do, because I got an appalling memory that doesn't remember anything, but... we'll have a little fiddle with it afterwards. You know, fields aren't that big, and I'm not going to be running through it with a sprayer, I don't think, anyway, so... not too worried about tram lines. They just look nice when they're in the fields, don't they? Unless that was what the auto manual thing was. But that was more about the hopper extension, wasn't it? By all means, feel free to get in the comments and tell me how to set the tram lines up. Because I did have a little look under seed and planting crops. I would just say a little look. I quickly scanned it, and I didn't see the word tram line. Anyway, shall I shut up for a little minute and stick a little music on for you? Enjoy. So I think this is probably going to be my technique for much of this field, and it'll be how I do the next one as well. I'll do a run up the centre of it, or close to the centre of it, and then I'll loop around it. I'll try and figure out how to get the tram lines in between episodes as well. I think I can do it in the map once it's planted, maybe. I think that's something we can do. I think it'll work off the width of our fertilizer spreader, which is fine. So if we do have to chuck a little top up on there, we can. I'm hoping I can get on and roll it. I'm sort of hoping I can get both of these fields actually done today, so I can get on and roll it, and maybe chuck a little. I know I should probably chuck a little bit more fertilizer on. It should definitely have gone on earlier. But if we chuck a little bit more fertilizer on rather than anything else, we'll see what the nitrogen levels are like. But I think that is going to be it for this one. I should imagine we're already pushing an hour, or coming up to an hour, or possibly even over an hour. So we're finally planting. We're getting our wheat in the ground. Our grass is going to be lacking in lime. We'll try and address that later on in the year. You shan't worry about that for this next cut. We'll assess our grass when we come back as well. I'll have both fields planted by then as well. We'll assess our grass when we come back, see what's going on with that, and hopefully head out and buy ourselves some moo cows. So with that, hopefully you've enjoyed this one. If you have, give a big fat thumbs up down below. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, turn the bell notification on, find out when new videos are going live. As always, comments and feedback down there. Anything that I've sort of touched on, anything that I've completely forgotten, that I've brought up that I've forgotten, or that it looks like I've forgotten, let me know down in the comments. If you want to support us through your purchases with FS25 or FS22 or FS19, you can, using the links down in the description for DLCs or game. If you brought your game on Steam or from Windows, you can still use the DLCs brought directly from Giants. You just move them over into your PDLC file. It's called, it's paid DLC, and it works just the same as if you brought it from Steam. If you do that, we get a little kickback, helps the channel. It sounds a little bit self-gratuitous. I don't normally push the sales, but my wheel's on its way out, and the only way I can get a new wheel is with pennies from YouTube, and that'll take a long time because we don't make a lot of pennies on YouTube. So any little kickback that we get from any little help, any support is greatly appreciated. The our passcode is not passcode, not my passwords. Our partner code. That's how little I use it. Our partner code, FARQUAR, FARQUAR. I'll put it up on the screen, like I have done the last few episodes. Also, if you want to support the channel, you can with a channel membership. So thank you to our channel members. Those guys are absolutely awesome. If you want to join them, press the join button. Membership starts from 99 pence. We don't ask a lot, and you will get early access to all the content that we put out on the channel, away from schedules. So as soon as I've done it, as soon as YouTube have prepared it, I release it to the channel members, be it a day, a week, a month in advance. But with that, you all have a wonderful day, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.